What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Viper/Dom and I'm here with Connor.
Yo yo, what is up?
First of all, before we get into the video, I just want to say, thank you for the support, views, and also welcome our new subscribers to the channel. As you can probably see, Master Duel is probably our main content that we upload. Um, we are in the process of doing Division and 2K23 GM mode. Unfortunately, Matt, the other person that does it with us, is currently working long hours. So next day off he gets, we'll definitely have some more of those videos. Now we hope you guys enjoyed the last video of Cyber Dragon. So basically, to our new subscribers, so basically these videos we um, basically build deck, either us or inspired by someone else, and we break the deck down and we show you some replays on how to play the deck. We hope you guys have enjoyed the series so far. So today's video is Scareclaw with Kashtira. Um, yeah, no, I happened to watch one of DK's tournament videos and noticed a guy called Kraken using um, I wouldn't say this is not an identical build. Um, we've we're running some different stuff compared to Kraken, but I saw Scareclaw and I was like, this deck seems really fun. So I thought, why not give it a shot? And yeah, no, so far we're on a 4 or 5 game win streak. Um, we did lose before we went on the win streak. We did lose one game due to not drawing a poor draw, and Crosshair Designator actually screwed us. But we redeemed ourselves, and yeah, so basically we're running draw and lock mode, which we haven't seen it, I don't think. Um, which stops you and your opponent from adding cards from the um,
Back to the hand.
deck to the hand. We all know what
Which
Max C does. Just basically, you draw cards every time your opponent special summons a monster. Ash Blossom negates.
Roll on
Um,
Lockbird negates Max C as well. Not directly, but the adding part.
Harpy's Feather Duster destroys all spells and traps your opponent controls. Foolish Burial sends monsters to the graveyard. Um, so basically, Foolish Burial you'd use to send one of your Scareclaw monsters to the graveyard. Then you use your Scareclaw Arrival to resummon it. But we'll get more into that card in a second. Triple Tactics, take control of someone's monster or draw 2 cards if they activate a monster effect during your main phase.
Or you can put a card in their hand back into the deck.
Imperm negates, call by negates from the graveyard and you banish it. Fenrir, special summon, and you add a Kashtira monster from your deck to your hand, and then also if your opponent activates a monster effect, besides the damage step, um, you can target one face-up card your opponent control and banish it face down. And Unicorn, it's your spell trap.
Uh,
Yeah, you can
Spell.
search your spell.
Spell card.
Yeah, we
And
don't. Oh yeah, we don't run
the
ogre. We just run 2 birth, 3 unicorn, 2 Fenrir. Obviously, because it's limited to 2.
you could ditch a unicorn and a something and add ogre and preparations 2 2 1 or something.
But I think our build. This is basically it's a turn 2 build. It can be a turn 1. But we prefer to play turn. We decide to go second because it just works out better. So we'll get into the Scareclaw cards. So basically each Scareclaw monster has an effect. Astra, Balone, and Acro all have different effects. So basically, Astra. So each effect you can special summon this card from your hand to your main monster zone adjacent to a Scareclaw monster. So Reach Heart, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. So that's your spell trap searcher.
Gotcha.
Obviously, we're not running any Scareclaw traps. Um, so this is one. This is the only way to search for your Scareclaw arrival.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
see. But
Scareclaw Astra, same effect as Reach Heart, but basically, um, you'll use Astra with your Tryheart and then you special summon. Then Tryheart will re-special summon one of these monsters from the graveyard. So you go with Astra first, and then you can add, and then it adds a card from the deck to the hand, which would either be Acro or Balone. So Acro gives you a 300 tech boost for each defense monster you control, and Balone gives you piercing damage into a defense monster. Um, Arrival, basically you can target a Scareclaw monster in your graveyard and re-special summon it to the field. This is not a once per turn effect. You can do it multiple times, which is pretty good
mustard
for
spell.
a card that's a rare. Primitive Planet Reach Phobia. Um, Obviously, is the field spell. You can add it's a searcher to add one of the monsters to your hand, but also if you have three or more defense position monsters on the field, you can actually target one card that your opponent controls and destroy it once per turn. Obviously, be busted if it wasn't. And then your opponents lose 100 attack and defense for each defense monster on the field. Um, so what the play would be reach out first, search for your
Right.
arrival, or straddle. You'll see it in the replay. So basically, you choose your tryhard, and then you choose a monster that your opponent controls, and you gain the attack defense equal to your opponent's monster, or attack or defense, whichever's higher. So once you choose whatever monster, it automatically chooses its defense if it's higher or its attack. It's a good way to give your tryhard a boost on top of the 300 you get for each defense monster. So basically, it goes up to like
39-ish,
39ish
usually.
100. Um, so then the play would be you Foolish Burial. Send if you have an arrival in your hand already. Plan would be Foolish Burial.
New
Send any
Scareclaws.
send any of your Scareclaw monsters. Not Reach Heart. Reach Heart is only the searcher. You'd send either a Yaker, Balone, or Astra, and then you can and then use Arrival to resummon it. And if you have multiple, then obviously your Tryhard actually summons one, and then if you want to bring another one out, you can actually go into another's Tryhard again. Its effect's not once per turn, so you can constantly keep doing it, or you can do it three times. Um,
Which is surprising.
and then you go into your Lightheart. Your Lightheart, Scareclaw Lightheart is your field spell searcher. That's all it does, and then basically you'd have your Lightheart, say your Reach Heart, and say your Balone. And then Tryhart's Link 3, you go into that. So basically, must be Link summoned, obviously. All face-up monsters on the field are changed to defense position, unaffected by the activated effects of defense position monsters. Once per turn, if this monster is in the extra monster zone, you can target one level 3 Scareclaw monster in your graveyard, a special summon it, and if you do, you can add one Scareclaw monster from your deck to your hand. And then also it locks you in to Scareclaw monsters for that
So
turn.
if you have Kashtira in your hands and you wanna use them, do that first before you go into tryhard. Break an ice board.
And then so yeah, then basically you'll have Tryhard on the field, and then you bring back your Astra, and then if you have a rival, you bring back your Balone or your Acro, depending on the situation. If they've got a defense monster, it's probably better to bring Balone, but if they don't, I'd say Acro and get the attack 300 attack boost for each defense position, and then basically you just go into attack and you'll attack up to 3 times with the power boost, and then it's OTK.
Hell yeah.
It's a pretty good deck. Baron to Floor, we haven't gone to it, but obviously we could use a Kashtira plus yeah Ash Blossom if need be. Obviously Red Eyes Flame Metal Dragon, just 2 level 7s. Basically, it's only effect you flick 500 damage. And it can't be destroyed by card effects while it's got materials attached to it. Cerberus, discard to then target one special summon monster in your opponent's main monster zone and destroy it. IP Masquerena. Um, basically, you would help go into your Evermax or your Apollo or your Goddess. No, your Goddess, your Evermax or your Apollo. Asa, the Earth Charmer. We haven't used this. You can target one Earth monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to your zone. This card points to if this card would be destroyed by battle or is destroyed by an opponent's card effect while in the owner's monster zone, you can add one Earth monster to your hand. Like I said, we haven't used this. Unicorn, discard to send a card back into the deck and shuffle it. Obviously, Evermax can't be destroyed. Your opponent can't be targeted. Basically, one of the um, stoppers for Kashtira. Apollo, obviously, up to you can negate multiple times. And Underworld Goddess, you can use your opponent's monster as well as your own, and it's unaffected by your opponent's activated effects unless they target this card. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that special summons a monster from the graveyard, you can negate it. Quick effect, and obviously it's not a once per turn. And that's just basically the deck. It's actually not bad. We did make one misplay. Obviously, this is actually the first time I'm using Scareclaw. But we'll get into the replays, and we hope you guys enjoy.
It is a pretty fun deck to play. It is pretty consistent, it seems like.
Yeah, the game, the one duel we lost was basically this guy had a Griffin Rider, Baron to Floor, and we tried to bait out his
Baron.
Barons of negate effect, but he ended up having cross out, and it just screwed us. Um, so this is Numron. This guy doesn't do anything, but we're just here to show you the actual play. So Scareclaw Laha arrival to bring back Astra, and then go into Tryheart. Tryheart brings Astra back, and then we use 2 arrivals. Oh, we special summon, then use 2 arrivals.
So busted that it's
Oh,
not
one
once per
arrival,
turn.
and it's and then basically you get 3 attacks, and
It's over. next game.
Yeah. So I was actually thinking about betting Makenko, but I don't know. I think this deck's probably better, and plus Makenko won't be able to touch this.
Raiha is unaffected by the activated effects of defense monsters. Yet,
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
when your opponent summons a monster, it gets put into defense.
And
So,
your monsters get put in defense as well, but you don't really use these. Just for, you only use them for the effects. So them going in defense doesn't really mean anything.
there may be something we're missing, but I'm not sure, to be honest. Going to Tryhard.
Poppy's
Special
Scythe. He's special summons Scythe and Straddle. So we basically go up to 4800. Is it 46? 4800.
48
Tactics. Take
tactic.
control of his Aluba. Agent of Destruction. And then basically just attack twice for game.
Not sure why he has the Scythe without a way to pop it, but whatever. To each their own, I guess.
Not
Here
a
we
bad,
draw into control. Ogdoadic.
not a
We
bad
attack.
hand. Stop him from searching for a level 8 monster, and then basically just wipe his back row, which is basically spell and his 2 imperms.
Unicorn. Search for Birth. Activate Birth. Rykart. Search for the rival. Go into Lightheart.
Search field spell, activates field spell, search Astro,
Unicorn helps to go into Tryhard.
and as you can see, as soon as you summon, his monster goes into defense. Um, Arrival to bring Recharge back, pop his monster, and then just go in for
9000.
9000 damage.
We didn't have the attack boost, but it doesn't matter.
Alright, so this duel was against an actual Kashtira player, and he actually starts looking at my board. But as you see, we drew a decent hand.
But unfortunately, we didn't have any Ash Blossom imperms or anything, which is what it is.
I actually didn't realise this duel only went 4 turns. It actually felt longer.
Shangri-Era. Shangri-Era.
So,
Here's specials Fenrir and Unicorn. Here we try and bait out his Fenrir banish, which is good because it worked. He locks out 2 of our fields zones, which is fine. Now we don't have anything to worry about. We activate Birth.
this is the misplay. I used Arrival beforehand. I should have used it after. But like I said, first time I'm using this deck. But now I've basically got the gist of it. Bait out he's this detached to the next turn I can destroy attack twice and get rid of it. I know we can only attack twice, but I want to get rid of his Fenrir so he can stop banishing cards. Didn't really
And
matter because
you
he brought out another one. Now I don't know if these monsters. I know that the link. All face-up monsters in the field are changed to defense unaffected by the activated. I'm assuming that's these as well because his Fenrir did not activate to banish a card on the field. So if these guys know the solution to that, can you let us know because it actually has us stumped on how
how it works.
it goes into
Here we go.
Diabolus,
Bolos.
which obviously in the next ban list it's getting banned.
Thankfully, here he keeps locking up our field. He banishes like 10 of our cards from our deck, goes into another Shangri-La, and he passes. There's nothing he can do, he can't attack us. Brings back Ogre, automatically gets put in defense, but he's summoned in defense.
And now we make our plays, and this is basically game. Special summon Balone.
Here he activates Ogre to banish another card from our deck and extra deck respectively. He banishes one random card and
Was
Baron
Baron to floor.
and Imperm, but that's fine. We free up our field so we can get our piercing damage on board, which is Balone.
So in this situation where he's obviously blocked off our last two monster zones, um, you can just go into try hard again, as you just saw, and just bring them back. It's pretty fun deck, and this is where we go in and
Obliterate him. Hell yeah.
so there, that's a good. It's a good way to go up against Kashtira, especially um where they're just going around so far. But yeah, nonetheless, deck's pretty fun. Um, feel free to build it if you want. And we hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next video.
Alrighty guys, take care. Bye bye.